Philadelphia is known for having some very vocal fans, and nearly 70,000 of them are letting their voices be heard already. Welcome inside Lincoln Financial Field. Ball is teed up. Chase McLaughlin to do the honors. And we're underway from Philadelphia. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. A play fake now Hurts to throw. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And he drives it up past the 45. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Short pass brought in. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, Kate, it looked to me like this one, he leaves the pocket, and this is where you're out in the schoolyard, out on the playground, man. You're looking for your buddy to find that connection. Unfortunately, receiver QB, they could not find the completion that time.
3rd and long for him here. Gets this to Kincaid. It's a Philadelphia touchdown! The Eagles take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Dalton Kincaid with a touchdown. So a touchdown on the board for him, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And the kickoff is in. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Trey Benson. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Cooper DeJean with the stop. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Play action now, Murray. His throw finds Marvin Harrison Jr. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. The rookie from Notre Dame able to take him down. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. From the gun, it's Murray. That's caught for the 1st. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. 16 yards on the play. And that's a Cardinals 1st down. Benson now from the gun. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Harrison's got it on the sideline. And he'll go out of bounds after a pickup inside the opposing 40. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll be first down, Arizona. It's Benson on the give. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
2nd and 8. Taken in by Harrison. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you, well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
First and 10, Murray. That throw behind his intended target.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Back to the air, Murray. He's got Harrison. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Murray on 3rd down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And that'll bring up 4th down. On to try the field goal now, Chase McLaughlin. It's a 34-yarder from that right hash.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. On the play fake, it's Hurts. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Hurts setting up to throw. He finds Kincaid. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Headed out right. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's able to get this down to the 36. 6 yards to pick up there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
complete beyond the marker. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And that's a Philadelphia first down. Here's the handoff. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them first and goal.
We know how hard explosive plays can be in the NFL, and so often they come via the air. What a great help for the offense to find an explosive play on the ground. Well done.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's brought down for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. And he has it in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles get 6 more on their early advantage. Dalton Kincaid with a touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles drive their lead to 11. Elliott all set for the kickoff. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. They're out and set, first and 10. Now Murray on the play fake. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he goes out a little short of the 40. So before they get the snap away. Back and ready now for the second quarter. It's Cardinals football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with first and 10. They're going play action. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Second down now, 7 to go. Pressure coming, it's Murray. Gets this one to Harrison. And he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals make it a one-score game in the first half. Marvin Harrison Jr. with the touchdown. On is Chase McLaughlin for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cardinals cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Go, set.
They go play action here. Rolling out to his left. On target to Downs. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
You know what I love about this? Never showing panic. When he leaves the pocket, look at his eyes. They continue to search downfield. They're never looking at the rush. They're finding the open man downfield before running out of real estate.
The give here on second. And he'll get it up to the 44. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
Every offense in the league today, they want a couple of guys on the roster capable of doing this. Players who can line up a receiver, running back, and make plays from both spots. It's where the NFL's been heading for years.
Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
And he makes the wait. No, he didn't hang on. It falls incomplete.
Oh, that's a major missed opportunity right there. Coverage can breathe a little sigh of relief. They dodged a bullet. Time to adjust and get some extra help on the back end to take away those open shots downfield.
Here he is on third and long. Forces one through double coverage. Oh, it's intercepted. A lot of grass ahead. And the Cardinals are going to have it after his second interception of the season.
That is just a big-time individual effort, Kate, defensively. First, he takes the ball away, and then he's looking for points, right? He turns from defense to offense, and one more move, and he might have broken it to the house. Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in the locker room and in the huddle is you could be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
To the air, third and long. And this one is dropped and incomplete. He had the pick in his hands, couldn't hang on. It's going to be fourth down. On to try the field goal now, Chase McLaughlin. From the left hash, 54 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point. Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
No touch that. Hey. No touch.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled for a short gain.
You know, these running backs today, they are so versatile. It doesn't matter if they're running it, or in this case, same principle applies on routes out of the backfield. You don't get somebody close to him, that throw is headed his way.
Hurts now from the gun. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. Give him 24 on that play. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
A play fake. Now Hurts to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
They call play action. Would have been better to actually give it to him on a carry right there, Kate. The front was fooled for about a split second, if that. And that play call ended up working in their favor as it leads to a sack.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Cardinals get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
Murray here on first down. Snared by the running back. Here's Trey Benson. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
They give on second to Benson. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game, not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
Murray to throw here on third. And he's brought down after a short gain. It's the 2-minute warning now from the link. The Cardinals pushing for points. Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. They snap it to Murray. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. They went for it and got the 4 yards they needed, and that keeps this drive alive.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure of the drive's right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
Hey.
Benson on 1st and 10. Broke through the tackle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Here's Murray. Jump off caught by his back. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, well, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Hand off to Benson from the gun. He finds space for a few yards that time. Big Jordan Davis getting there for the tackle. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
They send a man in motion.
Big ace. Come back. 2-1.
Throwing on 3rd and long. He's got it inside the 10. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They'll run here. It's Benson. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. It's 2nd and goal. Another try for Benson. And he will carry this touchdown. The Cardinals take the lead just before halftime. Trey Benson, the touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Chooses to bring this one out. And they're going to need a first down just to get back to where a touchback would have been, Brock. He's out at the 20. We'll see how they choose to use these final 22 seconds, Brock, of our first half. First down throwing for Hurts. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Second down, Hurts throwing again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
A 7-yard loss brings up third down.
Great, set.
One final shot before halftime. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Huard with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Play action now, Murray. Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands. He dropped it. It's incomplete. Second down coming up.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Throwing here, Murray. Finds him over the middle. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
A whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front, they didn't give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
Murray on third down. Completed over the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
Half pass is complete to McBride. And they'll have it a little shy of the 40 as he goes out. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Cooper DeJean with the stop.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, think this QB felt owed to them in the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Yeah.
Now an inside give to Benson. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a Cardinals first down.
First down, Arizona.
Looking right, and he finds him. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. The give now to Benson. And they take him down, but he's able to get this inside the red zone. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need 1 more now on 3rd down. Benson once more. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
Benson has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, it did the job on 1st down. More to come.
And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Swim. Hey.
Tight end going in motion here. 3rd and goal for Benson. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. Nothing on that play, and now it's 4th and goal from the 2.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
So for the 3rd time tonight, they're going to bring him out for a field goal try. Angling this one in from the right hash, the challenge here. The kick by McLaughlin is good. And that'll make it a 2-score game.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30.
30-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. On the play fake, it's Hurts. He throws a bullet to this. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Cardinals get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Here's Kyler to throw. Gets this one to Harrison. Still has some space inside the 35. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That's a 38-yard play for him to move the sticks. They give up the gut to Benson. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Now might be a good spot to remind everybody, about for the 1000th time, how much better athletes these D tackles are today, Kate. A decade or 2 ago, they just ate up space. Now, they eat up running backs.
Staying on the ground with Benson. And he barrels across for the touchdown. The Cardinals pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Trey Benson, the touchdown. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second-effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generations, and they set the curve for their peers, are the ones who just fight through that stop. It will not be denied of a touchdown.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
First and 10 from the 41. Throwing now off play action. Hits his running back. We'll head out of bounds after a small gain.
You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is the completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, a big reason is just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers. That time, a running back in the flat. Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here.
Great, check.
Hurts throwing again. Really fired that one, but they couldn't connect. Almost a completion of the wrong team there. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because the quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
On 4th down, Hurts. And on 4th down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. Here's a give to Benson. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. They'll run with Benson. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. It's a gain of 2 on the play. Still some work to do on 2nd and goal. Only 1 quarter remaining now in these teams' regular season. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game. Ball placed at the 7. It's 2nd and goal. Motioning the tight end now. They'll try it right with Benson. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got to tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
This is Benson. And he's going to score. It's an Arizona touchdown. The Cardinals make it a 3-score game in the 4th. Trey Benson, the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. That one splits the uprights. And the Cardinals stretch the lead to 23. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Great, set. No touch.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. Hits him on the in route. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
2nd and 6 now. Completed to his running back. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10.
Great, set. No touch.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Great, set. No touch.
They'll throw it again. He finds his running back. Nice work, complete. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for an Eagles first down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
No touch.
1st and 10. Here's Hurts. Brought in right side. And he drives it close to the red zone before going out. 16 yards on the play. And that's a Philadelphia first down. Hurts now from the gun. Finds Kincaid. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
No touch.
From the 16. Oh no, they get him yet again. And the Cardinals get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Now that right there, that is rising to the occasion in the red zone, partner. Could have saved 3 points there, maybe twice that with that interception.
You know, these defenders, they're willing to bend and bend. These offenses are so good in this league, and they know how critical the red zone is. And when you get an interception like that, you just break. You break the will of that offense and the confidence, and those are big time. You're right. Put some points on the board for that defense with that effort. This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this piece down.
And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Give him 3 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Go on, hurry. What? Green. 2.
A run here with Benson. First down and a lot more. Past the 30. And he gets this up to the 30. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it'll be first down, Arizona.
Calm, cool, collected from this offense. Love to see it. No tunnel vision on what down it was. Just focused on executing the play in front of him.
Going to the ground again on first. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
It's the pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 44-yard line.
It's Benson on the give. And not much there, but enough to get across the 45. Give him 3 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 2. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Cardinals about set to celebrate this win. Turning to Benson on 3rd. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused, and they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
Pulled in at the 20. And he puts together a nice little return there before they're able to bring him down. And that punt reaches 50 yards. And the Eagles will take possession. 1st and 10 now from the 30.
No touch that.
A play fake now Hurts to throw. He rolls to his right. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. Trying to force one through there. And it sets up 2nd down.
Great, set.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Hey, even though that was an excellent run, I got to talk about the receivers here, Kate, because 9 times out of 10, you see a run like that in this league, 10+, you know those guys on the outside are doing their job, shining as blockers, keeping those defenders away from the back.
Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Great, set.
Here's a give up the middle. And he goes down after a small gain across the 40 to the 42. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
No touch that. No touch.
Back to throw, Hurts. Gets this one to Harris. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest. It gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. They're going play action. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Budda Baker picks it off.
I don't know how many you could have next to you, Kate, that have been in this spot before, okay? I have thrown 5 interceptions in the game, and it happened to be our rivalry game back in college. It was one of the most humbling, horrific experiences of my life. Please, Coach, take this player out. We do not need to see another interception added to his ledger. They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So the Cardinals get to fly home as winners on the road. And they end the season on a great note, Brock, with a W in the final chapter of this year's campaign.